Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? KMB the Sexy Ninja in the place to be for Cplus Studios and a Paper Saber universe. This is the New World Podcast, brother, and it's for life. We're talking about Monday Night Raw in Boston with Patrick and Graves on commentary. We start to show off with from earlier, before the show starts. Jimmy and Solo with Heyman, they roll up in their black SUV. So the storyline's still going here, and talk about a payoff that I didn't see coming, and talk about acting and Oscar-worthy performances and shit like that, man. So these guys roll up. We're trying to figure out what's going on with Jay. Now we shall see what's going to happen. This was the thread of the show. So they took the SmackDown formula and they incorporated it into Raw. It's been there. They do hints and pieces there, but this is what they've been doing with SmackDown, keeping the whole show together by having the Bloodline run through, and with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, trying to build their Sami's trying to rebuild his relationship to get with Kevin to take on, the Bloodline and everything like that, because Roman's pissed. He wants this thing resolved, but it's not getting resolved. He's losing his patience, and he's not going to just lose his patience with Jay or anybody else. He's losing his patience with Jimmy, and he told Jimmy, this is going to be on you. This will be on you if you don't figure this shit out. So we start to show off with Kevin Owens versus Solo. Jimmy comes out, trying to cause distractions and stuff like that, and Kevin and Solo are having a great match back and forth, but it ends in Jimmy getting Kevin, attacking Kevin and causing a DQ and everything like that, and it was a beatdown by both. And here comes Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn for the rescue. That crowd pops so hard. They're like, Sami, Sami, Sami. I even jumped up. I was like, come on, Sami, whoop their ass. So after everything was said and done and the dust settles, Sami goes and he offers his hand to Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens looks at it and just rolls right out of the ring. He says, nope. And Sami's left there. Even my wife is like, aw, not Sami. I was like, yeah, I know, not Sami. So now we have a package from Bobby Lashley from SmackDown, how he attacked Uncle Howdy. I wish I watched that live. I saw the clips and bits when they put on YouTube and stuff like that in the little segments, but I was like, man, I was ripped. My watching ability was ripped from me from watching SmackDown, and that's the thing that just keeps me going, man. Keeps me going, brothers. But my power was out. If you heard on that episode before Revolution and stuff like that, but I'm glad I got to see that pay-per-view. But we're not talking about AEW. We're talking about WWE. Let's get back to it, baby. There was a backstage promo, Byron and Carmella, Chelsea Green comes out. They're like, hey, I should come out with you and everything like that because I'll be in your corner. Because it's Bianca Belair versus Carmella. Bianca Belair for the win. Chelsea Green attacks. Asuka comes out, and Chelsea gets the green mist or blue mist by Asuka, and there's just this great moment of Asuka and Bianca looking at each other. And of course, we got to revert our eyes to the sign, the WrestleMania sign, because we know that's what you got to do. You either look at it, like you want to fuck it, or you point at it like you want to fuck it. So that's what they do. Sammy's backstage. He confronts Kevin. He's like, yo, man, we need to get together. And Kevin's like, fuck you. You used me to get with the Bloodline. Do you not remember that, Sami? At War Games, at your own expense. You used me. So why the fuck would I help you? And he leaves, and Sammy's trying to right his wrongs. But there's going to be that moment, though, when Kevin does come to Sammy's rescue, and they're going to take on the Bloodline. So that's going to be a huge moment, especially with this storytelling. We had a Rhea Ripley package. I'm getting more excited for her and Charlotte. That's going to be a hell of. I'm just excited for WrestleMania. I took the fucking whole weekend off. I was like, nope. I'm sorry, boss. I'm out. WrestleMania is right around the corner, and I'm going to be there. Not physically at the show, but on my couch with my homies watching the show. WrestleMania, baby. Night 1, night 2. Now let's get to Miz TV. Logan Paul and Seth freaking Rollins face to face. Miz in the middle. He's the host of WrestleMania. This was a pretty good back and forth. I gotta give it up to Logan. Like, this dude, you know, as much as everyone hates Logan Paul, I understand. You don't like the dude. You know, you think he's scum of the earth, like Seth said, and this and that. But once he's in that ring, mwah, you know, the best buckshot lariat in the fucking business right now, man. No offense to Hangman Adam Page, but Logan just has that quick snap to it, and it looks devastating. So I know these two, they're gonna face each other at WrestleMania. It is now confirmed. It's in the gods' hands, the wrestling gods. Logan Paul versus Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. These guys are gonna put on a fucking banger. That's what's gonna happen. And Miz, I'm just happy Miz is doing something. Miz deserves more. That's just what I'm saying. We had the Brock and MVP package from last week. Brock accepting Omos, however you want to say his name. Omos. Okay, but Brock said it wrong. Accepting the challenge. Then we had Omos versus Dolph Ziggler. Omos for the win, of course. You know, it was with MVP. This is just showing how strong he is and defeating Dolph Ziggler. And seeing Ziggler beat down like that, I'm like, damn, dog. Like, you my homie. Like, why is this happening, man? Why is Dolph Ziggler just getting pushed off to the side? And last night, Big Daddy texted me. He's like, man, they're fucking up with Chad Gable. I'm like, man, they fucking up with Dolph Ziggler. That's what's going on here. Both of them, man. Two super talented wrestlers here just being thrown to the background. We go backstage to the Maximum Male models. They're checking out Hoodiez, his width, his girth. You know, Alpha Academy's back there. Chad Gable's posing and whatnot. And Otis is there, my spirit animal. And Baron Corbin's backstage. And he's like, hey, you know, what do you want with him? What about me? And I was like, Baron Corbin wants to join the Maximum Male models. I don't think you're worthy. I think Otis is more worthy than you. So, take your stupid hat and get the fuck out of here. But no, that's not what happened. Maxine says, you want to show us? You take on Chad tonight. And if you beat him, you know, take him out, we could consider bringing you in. So, we had Jimmy and Solo and Heyman backstage, and Heyman says, hey, Roman wants this kind of fixed. This needs to be fixed, or he's going to blame you. Building up more of the heat, and then we finally got the Judgment Day coming out with Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano with Dexter Lumis. Johnny Gargano for the win, because why? Edge is back, and, you know, next week he's going to go face-to-face with Finn Balor and tells him, you need to be a man. You need to be a man to come to me, man. You know, so we're going to have Edge versus Finn Balor at WrestleMania. That's going to what's happened, where we got to draw it out a little bit because we still have like 20 some odd days until WrestleMania. But Johnny Gargano for the win. I was like, shit, man, I'll accept it. This was a fun match too. A lot of stuff going on tonight. They had the Cody Roman package for their SmackDown. They announced the King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view coming out. It's going to be in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. I forgot the date, but I have it here. Nope, I do not have it here. But it's the King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view that's going to be coming out in Saudi Arabia. I don't know how to feel about that. I thought with Vince gone, we would get away from that, but also too, you know, contract signed, money spent, you know, Saudi's going to get their show. So, you know, but I'll watch the show. So, you know, I'm the problem. I'm the fucking problem. I watch this shit, and it's just one of those things with this, you know, all the controversy with Saudi Arabia. I'm glad though, they do let the women wrestle now. Cause remember that first show, they're like, nope, no women, don't even show them in the crowd. So at least the women get to wrestle, and for the little the children over there, they can see like, oh, I can be that. You know, that's the dope part aspect of my thinking about that. Byron backstage with Edge, and I already said that. Nikki Cross versus Piper Niven. Piper for the win. This was a whack ass match. This match sucked. Nikki on the attack, and then the finish was weak as fuck. Like, I don't know what happened, miscommunication or something. They were running out of time, and that's what it felt like tonight. After a few things, I feel like some things went over time because things were being rushed, and it just felt like everyone, especially at the last match, you know. And this was just like a quick boom. I was like, oh, Piper won, I guess, whatever. And we had Rick Boogs backstage with Elias, and he's like Elias is telling him, like, hey, you need to learn, man. You just need to learn. Everybody wants to walk with Elias, man. And this was my fucking favorite part. He goes, listen to me. You see him over there? See Bronson Reed over there? I want you to go over there and say, I want to fight him. Read my lips. I want to fight him. And good old Rick Boogs goes over there, and they're talking, and he points over. I'm like, oh, shit. Bronson Reed comes up. He's like, so I heard you want to fight me. He's like, what? Let's do this next week. And he walks off, and Elias is like, what'd you say to him? I said, you wanted to fight him. He goes, what? No, I read your lips. No. And Elias is like, you fucker. This made me laugh and pop for a good couple of minutes, man. John Cena returns, and before he could say anything, Austin Theory interrupts. This was the inevitable. Austin Theory lays his challenge for the United States Championship to John Cena, and John Cena automatically says no. And he cuts a really deep promo on Austin Theory saying, look at you, man. No one cares. And I was like, as much as I love Austin Theory, I love this guy. I think he is a really, really super duper talent. And what they've been doing with him, I think he needs this match more than anything, but also too, John told him, like, yeah, after everything was said and done, and then Austin pulls this thing like, oh, Mr. Never Give Up, you're giving up on these people, and then John flips it around and says, fine, if you want to bring them into it, and he tells the crowd, like, do you want me to face Austin Theory? And everyone's like, yeah. So, this sets up what's going to happen, and John just tells him, hey, whatever happens, you win, you lose, you just lose everything. Good luck. And John leaves, and John stops, and he goes, hey, this was the passing of the torch moment, and it was beautiful in every aspect of it, man. And I'm glad I have it as a thumbnail for the show. The hug between John and Cody Rhodes. He brings Cody Rhodes out, and it just put a big smile on my face. And I totally forgot all about Austin Theory. And Cody comes out, they shake hands, they're talking, and he just gives him a hug. And I was just like, damn, that is a great moment right there. Kelly's backstage with Sammy. Sammy says his stuff. He's like, he's just got to figure out what's going on. Chad Gable versus Baron Corbin. Chad Gable for the win. Baron Corbin loses again as Maxine and the Maximum Male models watch on. Chad Gable for the win. Another dude that's just super talented that's not really being used to his full capability. We got the package between Becky and Lita winning the tag match. More vignettes for WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. Miz and Maurice, they did a Top Gun. I was like, oh, that's awesome, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see more. We got the Joker one with Seth and Becky. Now we got this one with Top Gun. I can't wait to watch them all back to back, because I remember that WrestleMania 21, man. I was watching those things over and over again on the DVD. We got Becky, Lita, and Trish. They come out. Lita's happy that she's tag teams with the champ, with the man, and Trish is congratulating them, and Damage Control comes out and sets up a 3-on-3 match at WrestleMania. And I feel like we're slowly gonna break apart Damage Control, because when Bayley accepts the challenge for this match, her peeps looked at her like, are you crazy? What are you doing? So it was just one of those things like, whoa, okay, sure. So that match is set up. We go to Jimmy and Solo backstage, walking to the ring, and now we have the meats and potatoes. Jimmy versus Sammy. What a match. What a finish. Oh my gosh. Jay at one point comes out in the crowd. Jay is here, and he comes out, and after he distracts Jimmy, and Jimmy then gets distracted, and that's how Sammy wins. But that wasn't the part of it. The part of it was Jay getting in the ring, looking at his brother, holding his shoulder, then holding his shirt. Then he gets out while Sammy's looking on, gets out of the ring, and walks over to Sammy, then gives him a hug. And me and my wife were like, oh my God, what? You know, I was like, holy shit, what? You know, it was one of those mind-boggling things, because I was like, what is going on? You know, oh my gosh. And then the inevitable happens, and during this match, Solo was kicked out, but he comes back out. Jay then super kicks Sammy, and me and my wife's jaws dropped even farther to the floor. We're like, what the fuck? He's like, you think I'm going to choose you over Family Oos? You know, now Jay has made his statement, and Jay has made his choice. Now the inevitable is coming of Kevin Owens and Sammy destroying the Bloodline once and for all. And I can't wait until we get that moment. But this was a really spectacular moment. And then they start beating up Sammy. And I was like, come on, Kevin. But Cody for the save. It's Cody. They ended it that way. And it was like, I was like, what? At the end, I was like, oh, Cody. You know, like once these three all get together, they're taking on the Bloodline. Like, they're going to take on the Bloodline 100% and then destroy the Bloodline at WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. So, damn good Raw. I had fun. There was a little here and there was not so great stuff, but some stuff, you know, it's 3 hours, man. 3 hours you got to pack into watching this stuff, especially WWE. That's why I love my SmackDown. Like, SmackDown's so nice, tight, crisp. Getting the points across. But this was a good Raw. I really did enjoy myself. So tell me what you think about this Monday Night Raw. What did you think of Jay making his choice? What did you think of Cody coming to Sammy's side? You know, what are your thoughts? What was your thoughts on the show? Are you excited about Logan Paul versus Seth? Drop those comments below, ladies and gentlemen. Then after that, you're going to hit that like, you're going to hit that subscribe, you're going to share it with your grandma, you're going to share it with your grandpa, you're going to share it with the bum down at Walmart. Want to know why? Because I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and as always, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
I wish you luck, dude. You're going to need it. Because we all know you don't have it here. We all know you don't have it here. And we all know you don't have it here.